We just couldn't help ourselves. We're going to give you 5 more reasons why Halloween is the best time to go to Disneyland. Coming up next with the Dark Ride Dads. Welcome back. We just couldn't help ourselves. We're the Dark Ride Dads, and we've got 5 more reasons to visit Disneyland at Halloween.
We just want to keep talking about Halloween.
I know.
It's the best time.
We
That's
tried
great.
to wrap it
It's
up,
the
but we
best
just
time.
couldn't do it.
We ended and we were like, there's
more.
more things
There's more.
There's definitely
that
more.
make Halloween amazing at Disneyland.
So we're back, and we're happy to be talking about Disneyland at Halloween some more. Like we said, we came up with 5 more reasons, so we're gonna keep going. I think the first one I want to start with, and a big one, we're from Utah. We live in Utah. And for those of you that have never been to Utah or visited much, it has crazy weather. And it can either be hot, cold, or really cold.
In July.
You could, on Halloween night, right? You could be sweating to death.
Yep.
Or you could be bundled up like it's February.
For real, I have trick-or-treated multiple times in my life in snow.
Oh, I think you're lucky if you
Snow
don't.
clothes, yeah.
Right?
For real.
sure.
If you don't do that.
So, naturally, getting away, going to Disneyland for us, coming from this climate to that climate, it's just amazing. So,
Phenomenal.
number 1 on this 5 is the weather.
Weather.
Weather's great. And they set up Halloween now as early as the end of August, right? So you've got from the end of August till Halloween, October 31st. So that's like, solid, 9 weeks?
Yeah.
If I'm doing my math right. But it kind of depends. Like it can still be kind of toasty early September. So you just kind of want to watch the weather or whatever. But I think that, we've hit Halloween end of September, early October, and it has just been perfect, gorgeous.
And you can finally wear those pricey Spirit jerseys that you want to wear in the park,
It's
but it's always
time.
too hot.
Bundle up in those babies.
Yeah, absolutely.
They might get a little crisp at night, right? But that's
great.
That's perfect.
I know, for real. I love it. I actually love those crisp fall nights in California. So, there you go. Number 1,
It's perfect.
the weather. It's great. Go enjoy it.
It's a good time.
Get out of whatever hellacious climate you're dealing with and go have a really nice time. It's worth it.
Solid.
Okay, number 2.
Next.
Park entertainment?
Sure. That's not where I was going to go, but sure.
I mean,
What'd you have in mind, Jason?
park entertainment.
Jason likes to be
That's
entertained.
what I had in mind.
Entertain me, please.
So I think this is a good one. For number 2, I think there's a couple of things. The projections, there's typically kind of a Halloween fireworks show, Halloween projections.
It's its own thing, yeah.
That's worth seeing. And I'm going to be honest, like most of the time, I'm not a fireworks and projections guy. I'm a let's hit the rides while everybody's distracted
But they're nice.
kind of guy.
But when that big, huge jackhead rises up above the castle.
It's pretty great.
Come on.
Or Zero goes flying.
It is.
Oh, man.
It's pretty cool.
It's good. It is the one show like worth going to.
I will say, if you're into Halloween, you're into the villains, you're into the spooky stuff, the entertainment.
Great entertainment.
Is next level.
When the Cheshire Cat's in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good.
Yeah, that's cool. And do they do anything at DCA too? Like,
They do the Dia de los Muertos.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's like a parade, right? Is it like a?
It's almost like a street show.
It's like
Yeah.
a festival kind of.
Dance
around,
that's right.
music.
They're like on stilts and.
It's over by, it's by the pizzeria and the eatery down there. I think they call it the Plaza de Familia.
Yeah.
De la Familia.
Well, it's by the silly
Yeah.
symphony, right? The
Yeah.
swings.
And don't sit on the rocks. Just if you're wondering,
They don't like that.
don't sit on the rocks to watch the show. She will get after you.
She will.
But they
It's always the same one.
they
man.
also do stuff like
Jeez.
kids can color and make masks.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think you can. There's like the pedals from the bridge
Yeah.
that you can write a memory of one of your
Memories,
family
yeah.
members
From
on
Coco or something like that, right?
and put it up on the wall.
Right.
And you walk into the pavilion and it's just covered in all these pedals and the memories. It's actually really neat, kind of touching.
It's awesome.
Nice.
You get to meet Miguel in there. See little Miguel.
It's true, and I think that's a really good segue into the next number 3
Characters.
on our list.
Oh,
Characters,
The
baby.
Halloween characters. This is the only time of the year, that you get to see certain characters,
Yep.
right? Like you'll see more villains throughout the park. You'll get to interact with more villains, but also you get to see the Fab Five dressed
In
up
their-
for Halloween.
in their fun
costumes.
costumes.
In their fun
Devil
costumes.
Donald.
Freaking
Who doesn't love Devil Donald?
62 daisies everywhere. There's always so many daisies in the park. She's everywhere.
She is. I don't even know. What is she even? I don't know.
I don't know.
But the characters are for, like, I remember, to your point, more villains being out, right? Like I remember we were in the New Orleans area once, and Facilier comes strutting out, and he was just all attitude, just in character, right? My son goes running up to him. He like gave him his snotty autograph, you know, and we got to pick like whoever that was Dr. Facilier, right? Like they nail it.
Yeah, and that's a magical moment for your kid,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah, we'll never, because you don't see him a lot out and about, right?
No. Is he the best of all the Disney lore? Is he the best villain?
Who do
Are you talking
think
about
is
like
the best?
in the park or the best Disney villain? Period.
Period. In all the movies.
Oh, it's got to be Hades.
You guys got to put down what you think on this one.
Yeah, this is a hot topic. So, like, who's
Best
your favorite villain? Why? I don't know, man. Facilier for me is
Facilier's great.
is
Hook is
up
great.
there.
Hook is great.
Hook's
In the
fantastic.
park, I will say, in the park, when we saw Cruella the last time we went, she was phenomenal. She came out like the voice and everything. Asked my kids if we had dogs. Like she was hysterical.
Dude,
It
and
was
the evil
amazing.
queen last time we were there, she was all attitude. She had apples. She was going up to kids and they were like, "No, I don't want any." And she's like, "Are you sure?" Like just playing into it, right? But yeah,
So I've had an evil queen experience that was like the opposite. We were coming into
Careful.
Fantasyland,
careful.
and she was
You
coming
evil
down,
queen, you.
and I was like, "Hi," or said something to her, and she just straight up ignored me.
Yeah.
Just kept going. I was like,
In character.
She's not nice. Not nice. No, the characters are for sure, like from the photo ops to just like the extra attitude
Yeah.
that they bring to the park at Halloween time. Characters are
pretty phenomenal.
really fun.
Yeah, it's a good time to be there.
I feel good about the villains.
I mean, I feel a little guilty that we didn't mention Ursula, who might be the best villain, but we'll just move right along.
She is phenomenal.
But she's in a ride, right? Like she's not out just
fair.
mingling.
And if she's not singing,
But I mean,
that's why she's great.
let's be honest. Like Facilier should be in a ride, but he's not. But he should be.
You just said Facilier was your favorite, and then you swung right to Ursula after that. This guy.
I like them both.
Consistency.
I take two.
the cop out. There it is.
There it is. You get it.
Every episode,
You get it,
baby.
felt
you
it
get it in
coming.
both episodes.
Have we ever talked about Madame Mim before?
Oh, she's rad.
She's so good.
She's rad.
I think that's actually a really good segue. Let's just jump right into number 4 on the list, Oogie Boogie Bash. This is one of the premier, if not the most coveted and sought after dark event. I know there's a lot of feelings about after dark events.
There are a lot of feelings.
Is it worth it?
It's
Is it not worth
expensive.
it? It's so expensive.
It's expensive. It's expensive for half the time, right?
Yeah.
So that's definitely a downside. There are things that we've heard, right? Like I haven't been to Oogie Boogie's Bash, but the price is one of the reasons. But also the
Getting a
the
ticket.
candy they hand out, it's just normal candy, right?
Well, and just getting a
getting a
ticket.
ticket.
Just getting
like
a
you
ticket
got
is
to
hard,
be
too.
right there, right when they open up. You
Yeah.
got to be in the queue, right? And
It's gonna
and
wreck the website.
The website's gonna go down. You're gonna be frustrated. Like I've never heard or had an experience where it's just been smooth sailing. You come around. I'm glad I did that. You know.
but there are plus sides.
yeah.
right?
No.
Plus sides.
Yeah.
I think if you have small kids, they do a lot of trick or treating, right?
Yep.
They're gonna come home with a
Treat trails.
grindle of candy.
Yep.
But if they have if you got small kids, if your family is really into Halloween, and you have the means to do it, try it once, right?
Yeah.
Because it is a different experience. They really do it well.
I was gonna say, in terms of like creating an experience that you're not gonna get any other time or any other place, the Villains Grove,
The Villains Grove is
the projections,
they
the
could do that
lighting.
year round. It
Oh
would be,
man, it would be so good.
it would be cool.
I don't know how you do it in the daytime, but man,
I mean,
figure it
they
out,
are,
Disney.
They are doing something like that in Disney World, right? With the villains.
Oh, yeah,
the
that's true.
villains
Yeah,
land.
Villains
so
Land.
they
Just
just need to bring it
announced.
on over.
Yeah, maybe I'll see Madame Mim there.
So yeah, I mean, do some research on whether Oogie's Bash is
For you.
for you. If you've got a big family, like we were saying, it's spendy.
It is.
You get half a day. The ride times are a lot shorter, but if
Yeah.
if that's why you're there, I don't know.
Did you see who one of the villains is this year?
Yeah. Doofenshmirtz?
Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah. That's going to be so cool. I hope they nail his costume.
He looks pretty great.
Yeah? You've seen it?
I've seen it. So Disney released a video. I'll have to share it with you guys of the voice of Doofenshmirtz
Yeah.
with Doofenshmirtz on stage
That's
for the
awesome.
villain
Did
dressed
I
up.
hear-
It was amazing.
Is the guy who does the voice going to be, or was that just on the D23 announcement thing?
I think it was the D23
Oh, okay,
announcement.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it should be him.
If you
No,
are
that'd be
watching, let us know what you think. If you've been to Oogie Boogie's Bash and you think it's worth it or not, what makes it worth it or not, just for our other
Yeah.
viewers as
Tell
well.
us why.
Yeah, tell us why.
Yeah.
Cool. And then we're going to round out this episode with, I think, one of the best kind of low-key number 5 toddler tip. Good idea if you got kids. Good idea if you need a little bit of a break from the park. Get yourself out of the chaos and the hubbub. And here and again, we're going to my favorite place on the entire resort,
Could it be?
The one that he can afford.
the Grand Californian. If I could live there, I would.
I mean, who wouldn't? It's freaking
That
phenomenal.
place is gorgeous. No matter what time of year,
It's so crazy.
It's such a great place to just go and chill.
It's phenomenal. But during Halloween, they always have a cake, a massive cake, that's decorated as one of the Disney
The
villains.
villain.
I think we were there, and it was Oogie Boogie. He was huge.
Yeah.
And then not only
How do you taste?
they didn't serve him up,
Just kidding.
unfortunately. But one of the cool things that they do is they do a bunch of hidden Mickeys in the display.
Yeah.
And so like my kids probably spent an hour looking for all the hidden Mickeys, and there's a sign out that's like, hey, this year there's 56 hidden Mickeys. See if you can find them all and get a treat.
And there's
so-
a pile of kids off to the side. They're just screaming because they can't find the last one.
And they're like, joke's on you.
Your kids will be
having a
crying no
meltdown.
matter what.
No, but that is a good way to just kind of come in, take a breather, right? Get your kids distracted for a little
Get 'em
bit.
distracted,
I'm
for
sure
sure.
you don't sit on the couch and just listen to the music by the fire.
No, I fall asleep.
Yeah.
It's nice in there.
It's so nice. But it's just a good way to break up the day. Again, if you have toddlers, I know that the experience in the park is different. It's probably one of my top toddler tips.
Yeah.
Go do this. Go let them hang out. Let them explore. Let them run around. No pressure. And let them just kind of have a good time over there.
And I swear the Grand Californian sometimes does different treats than the park too.
They do.
For sure.
Because they're like, I'm not a gingerbread guy, but we've been at Christmas before, and my family's gotten some of the gingerbread from Grand, and it's like the best thing I've ever had.
I've never had it.
Oh, dude, it's
haven't tried
thick,
it either.
it's soft, and then we get it in the park, and I'm like, this sucks.
Reason 1001 that I need to go back tomorrow.
Yep. Book it. Just for the gingerbread, baby.
Book your $1,000 stay at the Grand California.
Expensive cookie.
That's like a day and a half.
Just
But
go
anyway.
get that. Yeah, just go get the cookie.
So there you go. There's 5 more tips. Like we said, we couldn't help ourselves. We wanted to provide 5 more tips on reasons and justifications to get down there and go experience Disneyland during the Halloween season. So,
I mean, let's be honest. We could do 5 more.
oh,
right?
absolutely. We could do this all day.
We'll
All day.
cap it.
So as always, appreciate you being here. And if you haven't already, like,
And subscribe.
we're the Dark Red Dads.
Thanks for watching.